welcome. Why is this so zoomed in? Oh, no, we're getting worse. Okay. Hello. I'm here on my unmade bed to talk about advertising and public relations. Yep. So I don't know if I've talked much about that before, but I'm actually a advertising and public relations major. It's what I'm studying. It's what I go and intern about. It's everything for me right now. It's my whole life right now. So the main goal I wanted to do was just kind of run through, like, I wrote a list this time, but I wanted to run through things like you should know and like advice for like majoring in advertising and public relations. A lot of people kind of make fun of the major and say it's an easy one, and most people are there just to get their MRS, and that's not entirely true because it's a really big industry, and if you don't take it seriously, you could be in big trouble finding a career in your major. So I'm just gonna go down the list. There are no particular order of importance. Starting off with, you just number one. Let's throw a big old number one up here if I can do it. Okay, so number one is that you should not be afraid to go out and do things. I know a lot of people who are. I was for like a while, but once I got out of being afraid, and I still get nervous, but I know I have to do things, so I'm not afraid to do things. There's a little bit of a difference, I feel, but once I started getting out and doing things, stuff started falling into place for me. For one, you need to just push past your comfort zone. That is when things start to happen, and that's when good things happen. That's when I have the most fun and learn the most, is when I push past my comfort zone. And don't forget that internships are super important. Sometimes this industry is not always about what you know, but what you can do and who you know. Networking is super important in this industry. It just is. It's like it's a little bit like politics, not to lie. You do need to know people, and you need to say, like, yeah, just even if you get out there and network with people you don't know, you're building those connections, and that's super important. Maybe you can get on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a very good place to kind of build your connections. Even if it's people you've only talked to once, you just add them on LinkedIn. A lot of businesses, agencies, stuff like that, they're gonna ask for your LinkedIn. That's where you put a lot of your job updates and stuff, and your experiences. You also don't forget about like student competitions here in Florida. Yeah, actually it's national. It's called NSAC. It's like the National Student Advertising Competition, I think is what it stands for. It's where students compete to create a whole campaign for whatever client it is that year. So like this year the sponsor is Adobe. Last year was Wiener Schnitzel. This is the first year that I'm able to compete in it because it's finally my third year. But yeah, going into those competitions for campaigns are amazing for that hands-on experience, and you're completely in control of your campaign. I did a 22 squared competition advertising campaign where I had to work with a group. I think it was 5 of us in the group, and we threw together one campaign. It was supposed to be a 2-month campaign that it would last a good time over a period of 2 months, and we threw it together within 48 hours because that was our time slot to do the whole thing. That included sleep. We love the first floor. Anyways, and so my team competed, and it was my first time ever doing a competition like that, and we won first place, and that was the best experience I had, really pushing myself out of my comfort zone and doing something within a agency. And then don't forget to join clubs. This is like a great place to network with people your age. Like the PRSSA, it's the Public Relations Student Society of America. That's super important if you're in PR, because when you are networking with people in your like realm at your school, but also there's a lot of chances you can get to talk to professionals within your local area. Yeah, so now I had networking as my second piece of advice. It's my second piece of advice. Number 2, network. We've already covered networking. It's important. It just really is. It's how you learn things until you get into places. It is your everything. It's almost self-explanatory. If you want to add me on LinkedIn, hit me up. That's literally like I was at a banquet, and instead of like exchanging Instagram handles, we were exchanging LinkedIn's. So that's that. Advice number 3 is that you should not worry about what everybody around you is doing and focus on yourself. I didn't need to hit that. Focusing on yourself and bettering yourself is the best thing you can do. Worrying about what other people are doing really gonna hold you back, and that's not good. If you're better, yeah, just don't worry about what other people doing, man. You do you. That's gonna also make you very unique. If you are unique in this industry, it's gonna really help you stand out. And that is important because nobody wants a cookie cutter student that just came out like the next. And then advice number 4 is that you should become very well rounded in the things that you can do. Work on getting Adobe certified, work on getting Hootsuite certified. So I guess this would be like number 4 would also be just get certifications. But work on your skills in general, becoming well-rounded. Learn how to do creative briefs, learn how to do SWOT analysis, figure out how to do brand audits, learn how to do PR releases, press releases. My brain. A lot of this stuff that you're gonna become well-rounded in is gonna help you're gonna learn a lot of this interning. I found that I learn more interning than I do in class. So yeah. If you have any other questions about advertising, really just like let me know. I mainly focus in advertising more than I do public relations, just because I find more interest in advertising. Some people might be like, what is the difference between public relations and advertising? And that can be a very confusing thing, but the main difference between PR and advertising is that advertising is paid and PR is free. It's not free, it's earned media. So I find more interest in just running a whole campaign and doing something that is a paid advertisement, like somebody has come to us and they paid us to run this ad, rather than earned media, like sending stuff out to like press releases and sending them out to help you get coverage, or maybe sending out free product to get like coverage. It's just, I'd rather work in something like advertising. I find more interest in advertising. I find the creativity in advertising, whereas in PR you might find yourself more in crisis management, and I don't want to do that. I want the glamorous side of things, but honestly it's not the most glamorous industry in the end, and a lot of people think it is. It's actually full of a lot of like tough people, and you have to be tough too. So thanks.